told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to SL Cars and welcome back to the Caddy camper build. Now, we are making some absolutely wicked progress with this thing. Like, it's been non-stop. Every bit of spare time we've had, we've been on the Caddy and just building. We're making really good progress. So, I'll flip the camera around, show you a quick update of where we're up to and what we're going to be doing in today's video. So, as you can see, we've got the cladding on. Still needs painting, which we might do at the back end of this video. We've got the TV just mounted on the wall just for seeing how it looks, and we've got the ceiling and all the lights in. Yeah, so we're doing pretty well. In this video then, what we're going to be doing is we've got some 18mm ply and we're going to be making our little sort of kitchen side unit thing here. The reason being is because I want to be able to get all of the spaghetti of wires all hooked up to the switchboard, which I can't do until we've got the unit fixed in place. So we've got these boards already cut out. We've got like the offcuts and stuff in the garage, but essentially this is like 37 wide by 65 tall, and they're going to slot in here, probably come up to roughly about here for a kitchen unit, and then we'll be making sort of cupboards and stuff underneath for storage. So what we've got is we've got 4 of these cut out. We're going to put like 2 end plates and then 2 in the middle to separate off as sort of cupboards and drawers. But we're going to start off by just getting these cut to fit around the wheel boxes. So as you can see, I've sort of already marked up here. So we need to cut this out with the jigsaw, and then that should slot nicely in there. Obviously, we're going to have to then curve this edge so it fits in sort of in line with the wall, because that curves, which is where this funky little tool is going to come in. Because what that will allow us to do is gauge the sort of curve of the wall, and then we can trace that onto the plywood and then cut it out. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this L shape out first, and then we'll get on to cutting the curve of the wall out. Alright guys, so a little update of where we're at. It's currently raining, so we've got the garage door just over me. There's a bit of shelter, but it's coming along really well. We've got the 4 panels cut out, and we've used some of the battens that we had left over from doing the floor to make the like kind of long supports. I've just kind of screwed it together roughly just so we can see what it's going to look like. Obviously, it all needs like sanding down and finishing properly and stuff and all that, but this is just to get a rough idea of how it's going to look. So I'll flip the camera around and show you where we've got so far. So here we go guys, here is the unit so far. So this panel here isn't screwed in just yet, but the rest of them are. So we've literally just done 2 screws, countersunk them in on the top and bottom, and then we've just put 2 into those panels there. And it's looking pretty good so far. It fits quite snug. It's not perfect in some areas, like right at the back, but you're not going to see it, so I'm not really too fussed. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. So I'm just going to carry on screwing all these panels together, and then we'll come on to the next part when we get there. So the kitchen unit is coming along quite nicely now. We've got the kind of the carcass built now. We've got some extra supports in the top and bottom on both sides. Now we're just going to look at cutting one of the doors. So this is going to be the door that's going to go onto this cupboard here. So we've measured out the distance from the end to halfway between this board here, so the door obviously sits nicely on there. So we're going to cut this out now with a circular saw to get a nice straight cut, and then we've got hinges on the way, so once they've come we'll show you how we're going to fix those onto the door. So right, bit of an update. We've got the unit back in now with some extra battens on support, and it's really solid now. That ain't going nowhere. So that's the carcass like pretty much built. Let's go jump inside the van. So yeah, we've got extra supports in around, so that's solid. The carcass is built. So I've just cut out the door for this big cupboard here, so it'll just be one big door. So I think I'm going to do opening out this way, because that's going to store the water containers for the little sink that's going to go on top. Obviously, if we open it that way, it just gives us easier access out of the back to take the water in and out. So that's that one. I've got some, it's actually worked out really well. These off-cut bits that we cut out, this L shape here, they fit perfectly in here to make sort of 3 sides of a drawer. So we can use those. I've started sanding them down and ordered the drawer runners, so they'll be here tomorrow. So we can construct a drawer out of those to go in this bit here, and then the other bit of offcut is going to fit perfectly for a drawer front and a door here. And then we've got the massive long bit of offcut, which we're probably going to use for the top and just stain it, and then the other bit will work as a door here. I'm going to, on this bit, put like a sort of a false door on here, like a blanking plate, and that's purely just to sort of hide all of the electrics, because obviously all of these are going to be sort of just sat up here like this. So we'll put like a bit of a shelf in and a false front to close that off completely. I might actually do it on like some of those like little quick release kind of things, so I can remove it rather than screwing it in, and then that way obviously we have any issues with any of the switches, we can get to them. So yeah, that's a really good idea. I'm going to do that. I've just thought that now. And then under here we're going to put another cupboard that opens sort of this way, and then that'll give us another little bit of a storage area under here. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's turning out really well. So I'll come back once we've made a bit more progress and we've got the door hinges and the runners and stuff for the drawers, and then show you how we're going to construct those. So guys, we've had a delivery. We've had some soft close hinges delivered. So we're going to have a look at putting the first cupboard door on that we've cut now with these. So that hopefully will go pretty well. And then we've also got this little tool as well, which is just like a little hole sort of cutter for the little hole where the hinges go in the door. So yeah, that was a cheap little tool, well worth getting. So we've got the first door out now for this big sort of side cabinet here. So what we're going to do is just line it up, get it roughly in the right place, and then we'll look at getting the hinges lined up and go with that. So I think, as I said, I'm going to try and put this door so it opens out sort of this way and opens to like the rear. Reason being because obviously there's going to be like the water containers in here for the sink, so I want easy access, just get them straight out of the back of the van. So yeah, we're going to have a look, line these hinges up, and then we will get them screwed in place. So guys, a little progress update. The cabinet door is on and it looks absolutely wicked. I've made a bit of a mess, so if I just open up here, see I messed up twice on the hinge. So I had to like flip the door around and do it on the other side instead, but overall it turned out pretty well. As you can see, it opens out fully, which is good. I probably just get like some wood filler or something and try and fill that in just the best that I can, but it doesn't look too bad. And the best thing, we have soft close hinges, so they're not going to like smack shut or anything like that. So yeah, we're pretty happy with that now. I've just added in this extra batten here because this is going to be obviously where the drawer's going to be, and another little cupboard here. So I've got this little bit obviously for the drawer face and the cupboard to sort of sit on. But yeah, so the next stage I'm going to be looking at is probably this bit as well, the cupboard and the drawer. So we've got like bits for the drawer kind of already from the offcuts. So we're going to start constructing the drawer, and then when the drawer runners turn up in the post, we'll get that fitted. So the runners have just turned up for the drawers. They're actually really like heavy duty kind of sturdy runners, so proper ball bearing. They're really nice and smooth, and they've got like a little kind of lock at the back there, so when you click the lock in, so the drawer's not going to slide out, which is good. We've just started to construct the drawer now. So these are the offcut bits from the little L shape we cut out on the side panels, and they actually fit perfect to make a drawer, which will slide in here really nice. So we've just screwed the back and the two sides together, so now we just need to cut out a front plate as well as a like a front fascia that's going to go on it as well, and then we can screw the bottom on and then glue the runners, and then that's the drawer done. So guys, we are making amazing progress. We've got a drawer, like it worked, and it's really quite easy to do, but see, it's nice and solid. These runners are really solid. Runs out and then push, and then it just clips back in place, and that isn't going to slide open on its own. It takes quite a bit of force to actually pull it open, which is really good. So yeah, really happy with how that's turned out. Now we just need to cut out the sort of face plate that's going to go onto here, and then we'll screw it from behind, so you've got a nice clean face plate, and then we will be putting a handle on it as well. But yeah, that's absolutely wicked. Drawer complete. So guys, we've made absolutely wicked progress now. The kitchen unit is pretty much complete since the last clip. I've put all of the wardrobe, sagging. I've put all the cupboard doors onto it and fitted the drawer as well with the face on it, and I've also done a false drawer which is going to be for covering the electrics and the wires and all that sort of stuff. Now it's in place at the minute, but I need to take it out again because we need to paint it and stain it and all that type of stuff, and I also need to paint the wall behind. If you can see behind me now, we've actually painted this wall white. So that's one wall done. The other wall is still just a normal kind of pine wood colour. But this has dried really nice now. It's had 2 coats, and it's just to brighten things up in here, make it feel a little bit more airy, a bit more spacious. But we need to rip the kitchen side out so we can paint that wall as well. But I'll flip the camera around and we'll just show you how we're getting on with the kitchen, and then the next clip after that will be the final result when we've kind of like painted it all and everything is in place. But I'll flip the camera around and show you how we're getting on. So as you can see, guys, we have got the kitchen unit all pretty much done. So we've got all of the cupboard doors on, we've got the drawers on, and we have most importantly got handles on the drawers and the cupboards, which makes them a lot easier to open as before when I was like trying to get my fingers in there. So as you can see from how it looks so far, the gaps and stuff are pretty even all the way around. I'm not too bothered about them being perfect because at the end of the day, this is homemade. I don't expect it to be perfect. It is going to be rough around the edges, and like I want it to look homemade. The top, we're just using some of the ply. I think it looks nice. We're going to stain it a nice colour. Eventually we'll cut the hole out there for the sink and stuff. But all of these all work really nice now. We fitted these little roller catches onto the doors. They're all on soft close hinges, and then when they do close, just a simple push and it just locks in place so they don't swing open when you're driving about. All the doors, all the exact same. And then the drawer, got some tools in there, the TV remote, absolutely solid. And then this I'm really happy with. This is a false drawer to hide all the wires, which you just pull off. It's got 4 roller catches, and then all the wires are connected up around there. I still want to sort it out and make it look a bit neater, but for now it does the job. And just a nice little false drawer, so it all looks the same, and then you just push it into place. We've got around this side, this is how the panel's going to look eventually. I've just got my phone plugged in at the minute whilst I'm filming, but we've got it all labelled up for what each of the switches do. The switches are all connected up now, so the USB on the wall turns the USB on over there. The pump is for the 12 volt in there for the water pump eventually. Fridge will turn on the socket that's going to be down under the seat here for the fridge. And the TV, as you can see, turns the TV on. And then the lights are on this dimmer switch here, which works perfect. Yeah, all works as it should. So next stage, I'm going to rip this out, get it all painted, sanded, because it's still got like some edges here that need just sanding down to make it a little bit nicer. And then we'll get this wall painted as well, and then we'll come back once we're getting this back installed and it's all finished. So guys, we've got the kitchen unit finished up now. It's pretty much like 95% finished. There's the last little bits of oil still on the worktop, and obviously eventually we need to take the worktop back off to cut the hole in it for the sink that we're going to be putting in. But we're not doing that in this video, we'll do that at a later stage. But I'll flip the camera around, show you what the kitchen looks like in the van. We've got the electrics back rigged up, so everything works. As you can see, the lights are back on, and it just looks wicked. It really ties in nicely with how the ceiling looks. Probably a bit of a clue as to how we've decorated it, but yeah, it looks wicked. So I'll flip the camera around and we'll show you how it looks. So there you go, guys. We have got the kitchen unit all back in place now. We've got the TV on the wall. TV signal is working. I've kind of just routed the aerial around here temporarily, but got a bit of placing the sun on. Brilliant. And then yeah, so here's the kitchen. I'm going to go out the back of the van just to kind of show you from this side. But there you go, guys. You can see it matches really nice with how we've done the ceiling. So we've gone for like the stain on the top with the black cupboard doors, and then inside I've not actually painted the doors inside just because I don't see much point, because you're not going to see them when it's all shut. So that's all done. Soft close hinges. The drawer works nicely. We've got these really nice leather handles on all of the drawers in the cupboards with the nice gold kind of screws in there. So it's really nice. And then in this one, as we showed before, this is a false drawer. You just take that off and all the electrics are in there all wired up. It looks a bit messy. It is a bit messy, but it works for now until I tidy it up a little bit later on. But yeah, really happy with how that's turned out. So you just pop that back on there, and that's all in place. Got another little cupboard down there. I haven't put on these two I haven't put any base on just because I don't see the need really. The reason I have on this one is because the water tank's going to be going in there, so it's got a base on that, but all works pretty sweet. And then coming round to the side, we've got the switch panel, so all of this now works, all the USB, fridge, switch, etc, etc, all work now. And then we've got the lights on the dimmer switch. And then my final little addition for this video, I've just added on my little bottle opener onto the side there, because you always need a bottle opener when you go away camping. But it looks pretty sweet, happy with how that's turned out. And I think it'd be rude if I didn't end this video trying it out with my first bottle. Didn't land in the thing, but oh well. Nice little bottle in the van on my new kitchen unit. So if you did like this video, guys, please make sure you go and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell icon as well, so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos, whether that's on the Caddy camper or on the S5. And until next time, guys, we'll see you then.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at it.